Alright. And this is the point that I hope to God I know what I'm doing. Later. Yeah, here comes the point where I beg that I know what I'm doing. Hello everybody. All messages. Because I'm based like that. And you're gonna have to ignore the year-old art now? Jesus. Yeah, we're just gonna have this as a background because I have nothing better to put on. Yeah. And what I'm going to be doing at this lovely hour of almost 5 for me is I'm just gonna be ranting about empires. Because I don't know how many of you know this, but right before Empires was ending, I had a script of going over season 2, why it felt, why I didn't like it, and why Empire season 1 was important to me. That video never ended up happening, and instead I've been doing rants or putting my grievances in far and wide over the internet spread, and you know I've kind of been hating it a little, because it means that somebody that wants to hear my opinion for some godforsaken reason won't be able to do it in one go and not in one platform as well. Sometimes you need to go look at a stream, other times it's a specific video, sometimes a community post, another fun stuff like that. Consistency, what's that? I don't know where. But this is kind of where I'm gonna change it, and I'm gonna come in. I am going to say my opinions, and whatever happens. You know, so this isn't scripted. I don't have that script on standby. I wish I did, but I'm not gonna get up and go to my room and get it. Not even my room. I have to go to my school bag and go find that and get that. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna go do that. Because one, I'm too lazy. Second of all, I don't have a desk, so I currently have just a block of wood on my legs to have my PC on, and you know, I don't feel like moving it and going up and getting it. I already had to get new batteries for the mouse before starting this, so we're not gonna be going and doing that. What I am going to be doing, though, is I'm just gonna be ranting and going off memory because, funnily enough, my problems have stayed consistent with Empires. There's never been maybe there's a new problem added, but nothing that was ever a problem before has suddenly become a non-issue. And something kind of funny about this is that this whole thing is coming after, hello witch, hi, welcome to another one of my famous rants, I guess. This is coming after my Watcher in Empires theory, which is a theory I claim, oh, haha, funny, I solved it. There's no way that was intentional, let's be honest with ourselves here. You know, let's not fuck about all that much. But yes, even after that, my problems have stayed consistent, and kinda wanna say why, because I feel like, you know, people don't really get it. Which, fair enough. I know that not everybody is as terminally online as I am, and not everybody has the critique, is as critical of shit as I am. Let me explain why. It's because there is a theory about it that solves this whole thing, or a solution for it came later, doesn't mean that what we got isn't bad. As a common example, vending ink machine. Chapter 5. Just because Bendy the Dark Revival got added, and because theories came about that game. Hello! Because like theories came about that game that solved the Chapter 5 and made it more enjoyable in the lore sense, and like gave it some significance. Doesn't mean that the ending isn't anticlimactic, that it isn't bad, that there should have been more done. You know, even with the things that have come after it, it doesn't fix what's happened. And that's kind of how I feel about Season 2. Even if my little watcher funsies, haha, look at that, that's totally the result of watchers and listener. Aren't I so smart for making up dots and connecting them? That doesn't redeem canon, because it is not canon. Unless, like, somebody from Empires or Martin comes along and says, yes, that is canon, then, like, it's not canon. It's just my stupid little ass rambling on about things that I want to be canon. So, that's kind of like a thing I wanted to get it out of the way first, like a little disclaimer. No, actually, I'm still not happy with Season 2. Yeah, see, the thing with that is that it's been incorporated into my AUs. That's kind of like how I see the world of Empires now. And because of that, I consider that whole thing canon to my stories, the Empires that I've made. And I kind of have to with the, character void. Being a watcher, I do kind of have to do that. like it or not. So it is part of the canon to me. To me, it is part of the canon because it's a way that I can just push my negative feelings. Oh, rip. Alright, see you later. Because it's a way that I can take my negative feelings and push them aside so Season 2 doesn't destroy more of my mental health. Alright, bye. Have a good time. As much as you can. And stay safe. Because, Season 2 has already destroyed a good chunk of my mental health. I have been, open about this, and I've mentioned something about a void. Something that I've wanted to do a, proper video explaining, what that is. What does having a void mean? Also why one of my names is Void. The name that the people closest to me can use. Why is that a thing? And, the short explanation of it all is that it is a childhood trauma response. It is my imagination given form, given a world where the characters that I like and the things that I like are there to comfort me. It is a safe zone, it is a safe place. And that comes with side effects. Some that I will not mention live. I will just let them be implied or go further into them, their own separate thing. Because it kind of besides the point. But one of the things, the important thing is that if something good happens about that franchise, so for example, Bendy the Dark Revival, that was a good thing that happened for the Bendy franchise. My mental health for the week leading up to it and the week after it was through the roof, because I was extremely happy that I was getting new content about this thing. Same with Empires and being Season 2 coming out and up until the festival, actually. The bad side effect about this, however, is that when something bad happens to one of those things, I cannot handle it. It will destroy my mental health. It will bring me low, and I will be on the edge of a mental breakdown. I will be one bad thing away from a mental breakdown, which isn't fun. And it's not particularly good, but it's a con that gets outweighed by all the positive things that it does, and also by the fact that this has been happening since I was 3. It's not getting out of my brain now, and I don't want it out of my brain. Because I see the world, so differently than, most normal people. Because, y'all, this is something I joke about, oh haha, Zarnath is my father figure, he's my dad, blah blah blah. Yo, it's a funny bit until you realize that is actually what my brain thinks. And like, I know they're not actual people, but my brain said, no, these are actual people to you. Even if they don't exist, they are actual people to you, and that's all that matters. That's all. Like, I've just been going about life. So yeah, when I say that empires destroyed my mental health, I mean it in a very literal way. Now, why did my mental health get so destroyed because of empires, apart from all, like, the void shenanigans that allowed it to happen? Why was it so bad that it managed to destroy my year more than my class, like, around the same amount as my classmates did? Which says a lot about both things, but that's besides the point. Well, first of all, gonna go plain and simple, I want you guys, whoever's in chat, to tell me the overarching story of Empire Season 2. What was the story that connected the server together, that brought everything together, that made the year-long run, or like the 9-month-long run, make sense and justify it? You know, like the 5-month run was justified for Season 1. What, because of Zornoth and all that drama. What justified the 9-month-long run of Season 2? I could wait, but I know there's not gonna be an answer, because it was Jack and shit. Because even though everybody had their own individual stories, that's kind of the problem. Like, this isn't good. And I hate to use this as, like, a negative, but, like, this isn't a fan fiction. Like, this is canon. Like, cannot be changed. You know, you can ignore it when making your user writing fanfiction or doing fan content, but this cannot be changed. You cannot change when the crossover happened in canon. It happened a little bit before the middle, actually. You know, you cannot change that. Witchcraft is a part of empires, even if it doesn't really make any sense. Because, well, why was Scott there? In, like, different person, maybe you could say, but if Shelby is alive, if it is the same Shelby, and it is the same Shelby, there's no way it isn't, and, you know, it hasn't been like 100 years, and that cannot be a new manifestation of the soul. It's a weird split off, like a half and half situation going on, which I don't get. Like, that seems extremely weird. Same thing with, like, Joey and everybody else. It's such... It's just such a weird thing that happened that I kind of have to go like, okay, I guess this is canon. But, like, that's not the problem. You know, that is not a problem. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that it is not a problem. What is a bit of a problem is, well, to put it simply, retcons. Retcons, retcons. Retcons, retcons, retcons. There's a gajillion amount of retcons about everything. Like, about absolutely everything. And, the simple one, you know, the one that pisses me particularly off the most. You know how Sausage brought Shelby back to life in the finale, right? You know how that happened. Sausage does not have the power to do that. Because a fun fucking fact that most people don't seem to, like, realize or know about for whatever reason, or maybe it's been so long you've forgotten, so you have me, the encyclopedia here. The only reason why Sausage lived after his battle with Jem is because after Jem did fatal damage and he passed out, she immediately grabbed him, got him in the fucking whatever Crystal Cliffs infirmary there is, or maybe just a room in her own house, started healing him with potions and her own healing magic, and Bubbles then led his soul back to his body. That's the only reason why Sausage lived. Sausage would have very well died if it wasn't for Jem. He did not bring himself back to life, and Bubbles did not bring him back to life. All Bubbles did was guide his soul back. That's what Bubbles did in season 1. He just guided Sausage Joe back to his now able to move and function again body. Thanks to Jem. That's what happened. Sausage is not this. He should not have the power to revive people. At least not on his own. Like, that should not be happening. As I parroted in my video about the endings, they gave a godlike power to some random dad. Why? And like, I would be less mad about this if it wasn't a retcon. If it was like a new magic thing that this specific version of Sausage could do, I would be like, fine. It's stupid and I hate it, but fine. It's fine. But no, this season 2 Sausage is said to, it's like one of the, I think it's like the only confirmed case of being the same soul like 1,000 years later. Like, it is fundamentally the same Sausage. He should not have this power. Like, there's the argument to be made that Saint Perla gave him that power, but we know how much of a joke Saint Perla gets treated as by even Sausage and Pearl. Let's be honest here. The crossover, oh, maybe she's a goddamn a cosplayer. Really? A cosplayer? Come on! Like, quoting a joke from the original script there. Hi, yes, hello. I'd like to order a Saint Perla costume for a very bad crossover event that has no implications on the lore. Whenever? Just whenever. Okay, thank you, bye. Like, that is the thing that, like, Oh, hello. Welcome to me. Welcome to the usual stream at this, like, this is the one stream you can be relied, like, will be reliable for me to do at this point. Oh, God. Right. But it's not just that, retcon. Oh, nice. But it's not just the Sausage retcon and the blatant disrespect to the lore, at this point, to the old lore of Empire Season 2. Because Saint Perla only became a thing Season 2. That is a Season 2 thing. It disrespected its own lore. But that's a bit besides the point. It does that all the time. And the specific person that does it is Joel. Now, I want to make something clear here. Season 1 Joel, making fun of the lore with, like, Meal with Stephanie or whatever, and, like, those little jokes didn't really affect it. Because here's the thing, if you watch Joel's POV, you weren't doing it for the lore, you were doing it for the funny. You were doing it for the meme. Which is why I didn't watch Joel, because I'm interested in the lore. I like LARPing. I like doing that. It's like, I'm not gonna say that I don't watch Joel because he doesn't do lore. But, like, fast forward to Season 2, and it's like, the lore jokes are becoming blatant disrespect. Not only to the last season, I'm not that person, but if you want to be that person, like, fuck last season, whatever happened last season happened last season. We can go with that for the sake of argument here. But you cannot disrespect your own season, the season that you are currently on, by making up lore on the spot, by doing lore even though you don't care for it, by thinking that you need to do lore. He did not need to do lore. Like, nobody had a complaint about Joel in Season 1, to my understanding. He didn't want to do lore? Fine, don't do lore. We're happier like that, actually. It's better if somebody just wants to build, then go build. You don't have to do lore. You don't have to be actively involved in it. Like, last season, the only lore thing he did was, like, the wedding. Sure, go and cause chaos. You have my permission. Anyway, last season, the only two major lore things he did was Mary Lazy, which kicked off the Jornoth plot. Thank you very much for that, Joel. Not ironically. Thank you for that. And then the other thing was his ending, which kinda needed to be lore heavy. And what was his ending about? What was his ending about? Oh, right. His base got split in half. And he realized that his wife was gone. That makes sense. You know, he didn't need to do much more. Even if those were improvised, which I do kind of think they were now, based on, like, track record. But I don't mind, because they made sense, and they didn't disrespect the lore. Like, those two things were an acknowledgement of, I am in a LARPing server, a server where you're meant to roleplay alongside building, but I do not want to roleplay. So I will just build, and whenever somebody needs my help for something, or when there's a small contribution I can make, I will make it. That's good. We like to see that. You can play like that. Like, nobody has a problem with that. I don't think a single person had a problem with that. Not the people that watched Joel, not the people that didn't watch Joel. No, nobody did. Nobody did. Because it was fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with not doing lore in a lore series. Because guess what? It wasn't just a lore series. It also had building. Like, the buildings and the empires are such an important part of, who would have thought, empires. Like, those are such an important part. There's a reason why I can remember the layout of the Crystal Cliffs. So much that when my teacher, my literature teacher, asked us to describe a place we have been to, I sat down and I wrote about the Crystal Cliffs. I wrote about it from the journey to the courtyard. Hello. I wrote about the Crystal Cliffs from the journey to the courtyard all the way to the Crystal Academy. With the paths, with how it looked, describing the academy, with all of that. Because guess what? The empires are the important part of Empire SMP. So it's not that Joel didn't even have a purpose. He has a purpose. He is the spectacle lore. Not lore. He's the spectacle builder. He is the builder that will give you builds. If you want to see builds for sure in a season, you do go to Joel. You could go to you could go to Catherine, you could go to Joe, you could go to the other people, but Joel is gonna do that thing for sure. So that's where you go. And I'm happy that he didn't want to do lore in season 1, he didn't do lore. No. Not really. Am I gonna have to explain the name thing again? Okay, so, quick clarification. My name is not based off, character, like the OC Co. We are not the same person. I know it can get confusing with the Void, but we are not the same person. That is not me. Co's name isn't even original. Co was originally, because I never was gonna do something this big with Empires, to the point that I have a YouTube career based off of it. It was just, a fun little thing. I didn't want to make a new, self-insert turned OC, so it just took my How to Train Your Dragon one, which was at the time named was named Coral with a K, that's still her name, and I just took Co and put that on. But before that, that OC's name was Co, and then I took that name to shorten my own, legal name, which is also my dead name. So, we share a name, but she isn't me. For starters, she's a she. I'm a they, it. Basic standards. I'm not, if I'm gonna have a self-insert, with, character Void, who is a self-insert, they go by they, them, and it, it's. I'm not gonna misgender myself in my own stories. I get that plenty from my real life. So no, I'm not Co. I'm not I'm not like the OC, Ko. If it confuses you, just call me Pollux, essentially. No, it's not the same. I get the confusion, especially with the void, but no. Ko is her own person. Just Ko's her own person. Just know that. Like, if Ko's a part of anybody, she's a part of Camellia, lore-wise. Like, that is the only person that she's connected to in that level. It's Camellia. That's it. I guess a person that I have a similar connection to, I think the connection, like, I think you're confusing a Crosa with Ko here. I think that's what's happening. TLDR Folkra says, she is my rage. She's here when I get angry. She's posted a couple videos, mostly angst. She helps me write scripts sometimes, and she is a she. Not because I'm misgendering myself, because she is still a different person with her own thoughts and feelings and whatever bollocks, right? Okay, here's the thing. Okay, I don't know how else to explain because this is like a complicated thing from where I'm standing, but like, I don't hate when people have theories about Ko. I don't hate when people have theories about my stories. What I hate is when people say that Ko is a self-insert. Because she never goddamn was. Even at the beginning, like, she's not like my How to Train Your Dragon OC where that began as a self-insert, but is now her own character. No. Ko was a different OC plopped into Empires. Because they never thought I'd do something like this with her. So, like, she was never a self-insert. She was never that. Like, she's not meant to be a version of me in Empires. That's character void. That is the Watcher lady with the dark hair. That is the Kitsune demon. That is Zornoth's that is like Zornoth's child. That's not Ko. Ko is Jem's technically adopted daughter. Ko is a part of Camellia's soul. It's different. If it confuses you, just call me Pollux. I have no problem with that. Like, there's a reason I got a second name. Like, I don't just pile on names because I can. I pile names because either there's a need to, like, the co-confusion. Yeah, you know, like, if somebody called me Lyra, I would correct them. If somebody said that Lyra was self-insert, I would correct them. Because, see, just because Ko has, like, one of my major personality traits, which is I will give everybody a chance and then a second chance after that. And we share a name. That's about it. That, and, like, we both have tits, and we both have brown hair and brown eyes and wear glasses. That also connects me to Camellia, but they're not self-inserts, they're not, like... I have self-inserts, I don't hide them, but Ko's not one of them. And, like, there's no need to apologize, you didn't do anything wrong. It's way more of a common, like, misconception than you would think. Which is why it annoys me. Because, like, it's not a thing. Like, that's never been a thing. I don't know why people think it's a thing. It's kind of upsetting, because it leads to people thinking they can misgender me. Because, oh, Ko's a she-her, that means you must be a she-her, right? No, that's not the case. You know, I don't care, like, what the fuck headcanons you have about Ko, just don't confuse me with her. Like, we are not the same person. We've never been the same person. And I think it's funny and kind of, like, annoying that people think that. I don't know why people think that the character that's vaguely important to the creator is them, but whatever. Okay. Okay, that's actually a decent question. Okay, so my character Void, is a Watcher. If you're not familiar with what a Watcher is, it's something of Martin's lore that got entered into empires thanks to the like the Hermitcraft crossover, thanks to Green, because Green is also a Watcher. But like Void doesn't feed off of angst and misery; they feed off of being entertained. Therefore, they made their own little AUs, which are every AU that I have, that, feed them. And in the Empire's universe, they are the god of fate and dimensions. And unlike all the rest of the gods, there's only one them, because there are multiple Watchers in universes. So they are a Watcher and god in specifically Empires. If we take them into something that's just Last Life, or like Secret Life, they would be a Secret Keeper, because that's the name for the Watchers there. Because that's what the Watchers are called there, I guess, for some reason. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no problem. Also, something like, I don't get upset when people ask me questions about my stories. I actually really like explaining my stories. Like, that's not my problem. And like, I don't get upset when, like, I get annoyed. I get annoyed when people call me Ko. Like, say that I am a character Ko, that I'm the OC. Because I have this weird, like, trauma response then. I am myself, and if anybody compares me to one of my characters or a character outside of it, I, like, without my permission, or the, like, I made, I will start feeling like I'm not myself. It's a symptom of, like, growing up, not really fitting in anywhere, and not really knowing who I am, and of people thinking I have DAD because of the Void. It's not fun. Okay. Code doesn't cause... Calling me Ko doesn't cause PTSD. If it did, I would not... one of my 3 names would not be Ko. Ko doesn't cause... Like, I haven't been diagnosed with PTSD. What happened is that when people say, oh, Ko, the character, must be yourself, insert. Because you look vaguely alike, and you share, like, 2 characteristics. So therefore you are her. That will upset me. Because I am not Ko, because Ko, in my mind, and in my Void, is her own, like, person. And that's what upsets me. That is, like, what upsets me. It doesn't upset me being called by my own name. Because it's the name that I've chosen and I'm sticking to it. Like, I've thought about removing Ko as a name for myself. But no, I like Ko. I like being addressed as Ko. I don't like being addressed as the character Ko. That is not me. If anybody wants to talk to her, I could switch with her. Just, like, not on stream. Maybe in, like, Discord DMs or something. But, like, no. I'm not... okay, hold on, let me switch off from Camellia here for a second, like, this bitch ain't me, and excuse the old art, but, like, this bitch ain't me, this bitch is her own bitch. Right? Yeah. That's it. It's just annoying. It's just annoying and upsetting if I'm in a mood. Yes, that was Shrub, actually, and no, okay, so Ko's up, okay, so Camellia was, like, So, like, Camellia was the first one, this bitch. This is Camellia, just from a back view. So Camellia was the first one, and then when Zornoth tried to kidnap her, for various reasons, I'm not gonna go into them, the spell went wrong, the memory user spell went wrong, and with her falling into the Crystal Cliffs, it kinda took the childish part of her soul, and because Jam didn't know that, and, like, fostered Ko and let Ko become her own person, Ko got, like, half of a soul. Like, Ko's half a soul in canon. Her soul functions like a normal soul, which is why Saint Perla has, like, a fondness for Ko, because she is the first, like, person that she didn't make that has actually survived and has a personality and can go to the afterlife when she dies. And yes, Ko is just my creation. She's nothing more. She's no more me than Lyra is. She's no more me than Naven is. She is no more me than whatever other characters I've made over this fucking thing. You know? It's very much just a it's just an OC. It's not me. God, Chris gonna yell about me. But that's fuck. He's gonna hear me for that later. But yeah, no, she's an OC. To most people that do not share my brain, she's an OC. Yeah, no. Camellia's not immortal. Star children are not immortal. They just live like for like a close to 100 years. The only reason Camellia's immortal is because when she let Ko have her original body and she just became, she's like possessed like a puppet, a human-sized puppet. Yeah, I know. Just like, I have to clarify these things because I know some people are not are not familiar with my story and will need explanation, and I will need to be like, no, this is not a thing. It might be close, but the actual thing is this. And yeah, kind of two halves of a whole. It's more of like 1.5, if that makes sense. Because the Camellia soul is intact because she's a star child. So it was able to like reform itself around the missing part. You know, she's just slightly less happy than she's slightly less optimistic than she was before. But like, it's Camellia. That bitch was never all that optimistic to begin with. God. But you know, let's think about it on like that little subject. Unless you have something else to ask. Which honestly fair. My lore can be a bit confusing. Mostly because it's been hit by, oh my god, almost 2 years now. Yeah. Yeah, no, almost 2 years now of just like rewriting and going over parts. Oh, thank you, that means a lot to me. I'm glad you like the AUs that I make. Thank you. I know that most of them are kind of shit. Or at least worse shit. I'm trying my best. Don't know if it's working. That's a different conversation. But again, that's kind of the thing. Ooh. Here's the thing. I don't know shit about Yu-Gi-Oh! But, Ko's like a good guy. Like, Ko has a strong moral code. She wouldn't, like, cheat. She faces her problems head on. And if like, Light is, like, stereotypical, like, Light kind. I think Light? I feel like Light. I don't know shit about Yu-Gi-Oh! Honestly, you could flip a coin and it would make about the same thing as me. Okay. I feel like light. Because, like, of what, like, light means as a word. Like, positivity, hope, bright colors, optimism, all that sort of shit. Which is code to a T. You know, a Camilla would probably have darkness because they're kind of like equal and opposite forces. They're sisters, but they are equal and opposite forces in stories. I don't know how to like explain that shortly, but they are all equal and opposite forces. One's just an optimist and the other's a pessimist. Yeah, fair enough. Honestly. It's fine. My streams don't usually get a lot of people in them. Because, my content is not based around me. It's very much so based around my creativity and my use. It's not really about me. Also, I'm low-key taking a break from content creation for, like, a couple weeks, up to a month. Because, oh my fucking god, it's been a hot 2 years since I've taken a proper, I have the option to take a break. I'm not forced. I'm not away from, Wi-Fi for 3 days so I can't post. Moreover, I'm choosing not to post consistently just whenever I feel like. Which is why I'm streaming right now, because I felt like streaming. I stream on impulse. I very much so do just stream on impulse. Because, it's fun. Oh, no, I did. Oh, no, I've posted about that. I'm pretty sure that is the most recent video I've posted. With, the thumbnail has green on it. I posted it yesterday. Secret Life just really gets me to want to post after I see it. So then I posted about it. I know about it. The curse is broken. I think that would break the curse. Because the canary curse is very much, Jimmy has to die first. And if he doesn't die first, the curse is broken. Because it's no longer a stream of dying first. He's no longer the person that dies first that signals death for all. So, Canary Curse fucked off. The thing would go to Lizzie. Maybe if she died twice, maybe if she died first twice, it would go there, but I think Jim is free of that. Yeah. Yeah. See, I don't think Lizzie will get the first. Because as far as I'm aware, because I wasn't really in the fandom when Third Life became a thing, because I didn't know that SMPs could have fandoms until Empires. What happened? Jimmy died twice in a row, and I think that's when the Canary Curse started being a thing. It wasn't just from Third Life. It was from Third Life and Last Life. And then it continued on to Double Life and Limited Life. So if he doesn't die first, I do think it makes sense for the curse to be broken. But I don't think Lizzie will be getting it until she dies one more time. If she dies first next season, sure, she can have the Canary Curse. That would make sense to me. But until then, nobody has the curse. No, the Canary Curse focuses on who dies first. Because Jimmy died first in the first... I think it was first 4 seasons, I think we're in the 5th. On the first 4 seasons, he got the Canary Curse after the second one. Or maybe it might be a mix of both, but to my knowledge, my limited knowledge about the Death Game series, yeah, no, it is because of that. Because Jimmy went out twice, somebody made the connection to canaries and mines, and ergo Canary Curse. To my understanding. I could be very wrong. I'm not as knowledgeable in the Traffic series as I am on Empires, because I've been in this community since the start. No, that Jimmy being a listener is an AU thing. Kinda like how Jem being part listener in my AUs is an AU thing. It's not like Green, where he is canonically a watcher and he has been since Evo. It's not that. It's an AU thing that people can choose to include. I don't include it. I don't want to include it. Feels, I don't know. Just feels a bit like if Jimmy was a listener, he would know about the Watchers, but he obviously doesn't know about the Watchers. So there's no need for him to be a listener. Because that would mean having to retcon my lore, or at least put it in somewhere that Jimmy became a listener at some point. Which I don't want to do. For Jem, it was easy because there was justification. Because, why else would Character Void invent Celestials for Jem? Why else would that happen? It's because Jem's part listener, and having a listener on your side as a watcher, kind of a good thing. Or, it's not like the Overgrown, where it is a positive force that is only trying to help people. Which makes sense to be a listener. Or, which makes sense to be an ally, and the ally are the Fae, and the Fae are the listeners. No, I don't see Jem as a watcher. Jem does not strike me as a watcher. Because here's the thing. Even in season 1, what did Jem want? She wanted peace. She did not want conflict. She did not want angst. She did not want drama. Jem wanted peace. Which is a listener thing. Listeners want everything to be peaceful and happy. For what reason? I don't know. Maybe it's because they care. Maybe it's because they feed off of happiness and positivity. I don't know. I'm not Martin. I do not have the power to say. But yeah. Also, same. I mostly watched Jem and Lizzie, and then Scott became a thing in my consciousness. But Jem just fits a listener more, and she's part listener, mostly because if he was full listener, that would also mean that Flip also had to be part listener, at least. And, I don't want to fuck around with Flip. I think Flip's fine being just human, in my opinion. He doesn't do anything fancy. Okay. See, Jem found out she was a listener way later in life. And after that, Shruti liked purple. Before that, like, you're not gonna change your favorite color because of that. I don't think. Also, it's a color. There are many, 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 many different shades of purple to choose from. So I don't think she would, disown purple. I think she might have mixed feelings about it. Also, the thing that you have to realize is that Jem is friendly with Character Void. Character Void is a watcher. Jem works with Character Void to make sure that Character Void's AUs don't get found out by other watchers, because other watchers feed off of angst. And because Character Void doesn't, she doesn't need to inflict constant angst, pain, and suffering on them, which is the better fate. It's not don't get me wrong, Character Void's still watcher. Character Void still gets more out of angsty drama than normal drama, but they won't inflict massive amounts of angst for no reason. They will let the AUs run their course. They might put a hand in if they eat a particularly strong meal that one time, because whatever reason, maybe canon was bad or whatever. Maybe it's been a particularly dry week. Maybe they deleted an AU and that took a little bit too much, or maybe they made a new one and they need a bit more to sustain themselves. It's not. The Overgrown, which is the only other named watcher, listener, sees it kind of as a traitorous act. But at the same time, Jem is just trying to help. Because she's half listener. She cannot travel through worlds without assistance, or there's a good chance if Jem tries to travel, open a portal and travel, she could end up in Evo. There's a really good chance she could end up in Evo. She could end up in Third Life if she opens a portal. So she can do that. She can't. She has to rely to be taken to different places by somebody. Void isn't really a traitor. She's just a different type of watcher that wants different things. If anything, if the watchers would fear us anything, it would be, and I quote from a monologue that I've had in my head about an AU of this happening. Selfish for keeping such delicious food away from them. That's all that Void would be to the watchers. A bit selfish for wanting some food for themselves. That is all. So none of them are traitors, per se. It's just a bit of an awkward situation. They want the same thing, which is keep all these AUs hidden, keep them safe from the other watchers. But they want it for different reasons. Jem wants to protect all the versions of her friends. Yeah, no, we've had enough of a fucking love square in season 2. We don't need another one season 1. Yeah. Because my AUs get very angsty sometimes. Twisted is literally just angst going to hurt comfort, going to normalcy. That's what that is. And, you know, like, that actually, there's a reason why Twisted is the way Twisted is. It is because, like, the Watchers get close. The Watchers have gotten close to discovering character voids they use. But they made, fuck the pronoun game. But they made Twisted as a cover-up. So it's like, oh no, it's fitting off of Twisted. And I was making this AU for you as a present. Here you go. I'm sorry I didn't get it done faster. There was other things I needed to do. I'm sorry. So yeah. But that's why Twisted is a thing. Canonically, at least. IRL reasons it's because it's a fun thing to work on and think about. You know. Thank you. I'm glad you think so. It's not my personal favorite video, but I can see why you think it's, like, the best video to date. Like, it's decently lore heavy. It's kind of well timed. Not my personal favorite, but I can see where you would think it's, like, the best to date. Like, I'm gonna be honest, my personal favorite are, like, because I have emotional attachments to some of the projects I've worked on. Entirely because of that. Like, if you put emotional bias aside, yeah, that is probably my best video. Like, putting emotional biases to the side, it's either that one or, God, what's its face? I guess. I mean, when you let me focus on just fucking character interactions, I will make some good shit. God, let me see, like, what was this fucker's name? There we go. Fucking, my brain is not working, right? What the fuck's it? Oh, this. These two. I really like these two. Personally. I think these might be some of my best work, personally. Like, without the emotional bias. These two. Maybe even this, because they had to make my own audio for it. But personally, those two would. That'd be my thing. Okay, let's do it. Thank you. And this is just because of the nature of the does play a part in it. Why I restarted it is because my season 2 AU was made, first of all, before the season had ended. Like, it was made from the start. And so I didn't know about, like, the Hermitcraft thing and what Celestial War and all that, so there's a lot of things missing. That's one of the reasons. Second of all was that after the first Joel lore incident with the pool, I became spiteful to season 2. I forgot that there's no fixing a story. There's only improving it. And so I set out with the spiteful mindset to fix something. You can't fix a story. You can't fix a character design, you can't fix something. Unless it's a math problem, you cannot fix something creative. You can improve upon it based on your own standards and the standards set by other things before it. But you cannot fix it. And that has led to the AU having multiple contradictions, some not that close apart, not having a tight story, focusing too much on things that should not have been focused on, or should not have been dropped that quickly, it suffers from, like, there were times that I would post 5 to 4 videos a day in that AU because I was bored, because I wanted validation. Like, it's this mess of, like, 9 months, like, almost a year's worth of trauma and bad experiences and bad emotions mixed in with some genuine passion for the last season. I don't get burned out. I don't think I've ever gotten burned out. I've gotten close. Hello. Hi. I've gotten close to getting burned out, but I've never gotten properly burned out. Because when I get burned out, it's mostly because I'm in a bad mental state. I'm never not in a mood to make things. I'm never not motivated to make things. So I don't get burned out how most people would. I get burned out because I'm not feeling well. I'm emotionally bad. And when I'm emotionally bad, there's a 50-50 chance I can even pull myself out of bed to go to school in the morning. So, like, it's less of a, oh, I'm creatively burned out, and more of a, I don't know what the fuck is going on with my life. The only thing that I know I can do is sleep right now. So I just want to sleep. Can the world let me have that? That's my those are my burnouts. I know that's not like a normal thing. Like that's not what you classify as a burnout. That's what you classify as a mental breakdown. But that's the only burnouts I really have. Like, it's the only time where even if I want to make something, I physically cannot force myself to do it. The only reason why I can do it is for validation. And that just makes for bad videos. So I'm trying to avoid it, which is part of the reason why I've decided that I'm just gonna take this easy. If I want to upload something, I can, but I'm not forcing myself to upload every day or twice every day. Like, I'm not forcing myself to go on stream more stuff. I'm not forcing myself to post shorts. Yeah. I mean, to me, it's not really a struggle. Mostly because this is gonna sound a bit vain, and I get why. But ever since I stopped doing homework, I've still been able to get 15s and 14s and 13s, so like passing grades in classes. And the only complaints my teachers have had of me for the past like 4 years is that if I just studied a little, if I did one exercise sometimes. So like it's not like the school pressure is mostly was mostly pressure from my peers, because being a mentally ill person that's also gay in Greece in high school is not a good combo. Like, being one of those things in a Greek high school is bad enough. Being all 3 of those things is a recipe to needing a therapist. So yeah. Yeah, I've been... like, shit has been happening. Like, believe it or not, I'm a person too. Like, I have my own shitty years. I have my own things that I cannot tolerate, that I will not tolerate. I have my own things that will make me upset beyond any, like, reasonable amount. Like, it's this... Oh, yep, there that goes. It is very much this combination of kind of a lot of things. Okay. I'm bisexual. I lean more like sexually towards women and romantically towards men, but I am bisexual. But and I go by they them and it's. So any combination of they and it works fine for me. Some more feminine words are fine with me. Like, for example, my online children can call me mother or mom or mama. And I won't have a problem with that because, like, pointlessly gendered. Like, I feel like those words are pointlessly gendered. I'm fine with being called, like, some feminine words don't tick me off as much. Being called a daughter, it does fucking tick me off, though. Being called something female. Yeah, I do go by they, it. I'm very much aware that is a new addition to the description. I go by they, it. Just because I'm comfortable with some, like, traditionally, for some words traditionally used for women. That does not change my gender identity. It just means that, like, I'm not gonna be picky about if you, like, it's like, if somebody calls me dad or father, I won't get up in arms about that. Because to me, those words are pointlessly gendered. Like, you can call me parent, you can call me dad, you can call me mom, and I will still respond. Because I don't give a single flying fuck. Because at the end of the day, they're all words that mean caretaker. They are all words that mean somebody in your family that takes care of you. That is what those words mean. And I don't care which one you use. But, like, calling me a daughter or a son, that will tick me off. Yes. It will. It will make me upset. Because having a daughter and having a son has different implications because of, biological sex. That will tick me off because my biological sex does not, like, add with my gender. Like, I have tits does not make me a woman. Like, that's what would tick me off. Because daughter and son mean different things, but mom, parent, and dad mean the same thing. So, like, it's kind of the same dilemma with people, like, calling your character void god or goddess. I don't care. I will use it interchangeably. Like, I do not have enough fucks to give to care about it. Because some things are just pointlessly gendered. It infuriates me. So yeah. But literally do not give a fuck about some things. Others I do. Some I don't. It really depends on the context of the word. And also why it's being used. Like, if somebody is, like, insulting me. Yes. Okay, so. Okay, it wasn't a. Okay. Just because I went like a little tirade does not mean it's a weird question. It just means that it's a deep question that I want to elaborate on. And yes, Ko does use different pronouns. Ko's a she, her. Wait. I got it. Hold on. Let me double check myself. Let me quickly double check myself here. No, she, they. Okay. Goes are she, they. Goes she, they. Main pronoun she, they more of a... Same reason why Zornoth goes by it. Like he, it. Because people can be like that sometimes. You know, sometimes pronouns just stick to you and they feel right. Yeah. So, mainly she, very rarely they. And the they is more of like reclaiming what the people in the Crystal Cliffs would do. Or at least they do in canon. Which is they kind of don't like Ko, because she's the only reason that Zornoth has a second chance. So they would refer to her... Yeah. Well, you don't need to. The Void people don't really post. And when they do post, you know, it's fun to watch. But well, that's about it, I guess. But I mean, that's all you want. Zornoth, like, my father is in it because people would refer to him as a demon for so long, as a mean-spirited statement, and he decided to take it back for himself. You know, kind of like why my username is the Weird Nerd. People used to call me weird and a nerd because I was like more mature than them. Because I knew more than them. Because like I wasn't rude and I liked cartoons when I was still 10. The horror, I know. It's mostly like reclaiming the parts of your identity that people don't like or that people make fun of you for. Which can go with pronouns, fun fact. You can go with pronouns, you can go with names, you can go with usernames, you can go with whatever. So yeah, that's that. Well, see, it's not gacha tubers and more of creatives. And the reason is that creative people see the world a little bit differently. Because to be a creative person, you need to be able to see the value in most people. If not every single person. Not individually, but like, you cannot be racist and be an artist. At least I don't believe so. Like, these are my beliefs. Like, you cannot be racist and consider yourself an artist. You cannot be homophobic and consider yourself an artist. Because being an artist is about... I will get to your question later. I'm gonna answer this first. Like, it's why a lot of creative people, like, get bullying, or they get bullied, or why they are so open-minded. It's because they have such a unique way of viewing the world. And I say they because my views are a bit different thanks to the Void. No. See, the Void peeps. That is a channel because the people in my Void, specifically Ko, wanted to post on YouTube. Or TikTok. Like, she wanted a channel for herself and for the Void to be able to express themselves. To make noise, to let people know that they are a real thing. That they are their own people. So, like, it's a very much outside thing. It's why I've only mentioned it in one community post, and apart from that, you know, because it's not connected to me, it's their own thing. I don't know what they plan on doing with it. I don't think they plan on doing anything with it. It's far from like posting sometimes. Because like that's all it was really made for. It was made for them to have like their own little corner of the internet. A corner that I have every right to moderate, that I will do. Like, I will keep tabs on it. I do keep tabs on it. I make sure that what they post is appropriate, that it's not like, it's not oversharing part. No, okay. The void, okay, okay, When you see something titled was void or like void shenanigans or whatever, what that means is that is my trauma response world. It is a word that no, you're not putting me on the spot. This is like a thing that I've had to explain to multiple people at this point, so you're fine. And like again, if you have a question or like an assumption, I would rather you say it so I can correct you. Because like I don't expect people to know what the void is. Because it's a term that I made up to describe it thanks to its appearance. Because it is a void, it has nothing in it if I don't make something of it. What the void is, it's a trauma response I've had ever since I was like 3 or 4. It's my imagination, it's my safe place. And all the characters in there of stuff that I like. Maybe it's vampires, I think it's Empires, it's Bendy and the Ink Machine, it's She-Ra, it's the Dragon Prince, it's Steven Universe, it's all the stuff I like in there, along with my characters. And it is a place where we can interact and where we can be safe, where I can be safe, where we're all just safe and happy. And what happens in canon, it doesn't affect the void. The void is peaceful, like nobody can die in the void, you can't get hurt in the void. Nothing bad in the void can happen, but it does affect my mental state, and my mental state, if I'm feeling better or worse, the color of the void will change. That's just like a fun cosmetic thing. Yeah, that's what the void is. Like, the void isn't part of the story. The void is like, so when like actors finish their takes or they finish their day at work and they go like behind the scenes to talk. Maybe like some are still in the costumes. Some have already changed out. Some just go straight back home because that's what they want to do. Like they don't want to sit and chit chat. That's kind of what the void is. It's not canon in any of my views. It is part of me. It is how I see the world. My brain sees fictional characters as real people. That's what it does. It's always done that. I know that they're not real. Like, I'm not Christian levels of delusional. I know they're not real. But I look at something on the screen and I see a show that I like, and my brain goes, that's real. Not really. It's a place where we can all just be. Where it doesn't matter what happened before or what will happen after we leave the void. It is just a place to be and be safe and have fun. I gave like the little acting person as like an example. That's not actually what it is. I don't blame you for like misconstruing my point, because I know that like if you do not have a void, you don't really understand it. Because it's not, like, first of all, it's not something diagnosable. Like, it's not a mental illness. It's a coping mechanism. I'm mentally ill, but voids are not, like, they're coping mechanisms for some reason or another. That's what they are. So it doesn't really make sense. And sometimes, like, the laws of space-time physics and whatever other fuckery, it simply does not exist. Because it is imagination. It is a coping mechanism. It is what I need it to be. There's only 3 rules that stick in the system. It changes color depending on my emotional state. If I trust the person enough, I can let somebody from the void front, although they will not speak because I cannot match their voice. Yeah, we're not meant. You think I'm not mental? I'm mentally ill. I have undiagnosed. Like, I have anxiety and depression. I have severe trauma. I am very much so mentally ill. It's just the void isn't a mental illness. That is a coping mechanism. That is a different thing. And yeah, see, that's the thing. Most people that have faced some sort of trauma, especially as kids, have a void, and a void can develop. That's why a void is a coping mechanism. That's what it is. It's nothing bad, just coping with, like, a sad, miserable world. Or, like, with something bad that happened to you. Like, you didn't really know how to emotionally process for whatever reason. So, yeah. I don't call myself mentally ill because of the void. I call myself mentally ill because, and this is gonna get a bit personal, but, like, it's because I have been, like, for the amount of time I've had this YouTube channel, so it's like 2020, I've had depression. I've had anxiety. I've had panic attacks. I've had times where I'm just sitting in the floor of my bathroom after crying myself, after being too stressed to cope with it properly, so I cut myself. Just because online I'm able to reel it back in and keep things happy and positive, to, like, show people that you can do amazing things even if you're struggling, that you can live a good life while you're struggling. Like, just because you're struggling and just because you have mental health issues, it does not mean you can't do amazing shit. It does not mean you're a good person. It does not mean you don't have a future or you can't enjoy some things. I call myself mentally ill because of that, not because I have a trauma response. That's the difference. Those are different things. Mental illness can cause a trauma response, but trauma responses are not mental illnesses. Hello. God, I just realized this stream has gone wildly off the rails, damn. That's not out of the ordinary for these things, though. Yeah, I'm doing my best. Here's the thing. You don't have to worry about it, because at the end of the day, that's what the void is there for. It's there to help. And it does help. And, sometimes it happens. And I'm not going to shame myself. Yeah, fair. I'm not going to shame myself for being hurt and stressed and just needing a way to release it. I won't do that, because that's not my fault. Because I couldn't handle my emotional state, and I did something wrong to myself just specifically to myself, that doesn't make me any less of what it was if I wouldn't do it, or before doing it. Because it doesn't really matter to me. Because I wouldn't shame another person for doing it. So why would I shame myself for the same reason? That's psychological to me. I will put other people on the same standards I hold myself to. I will not be a hypocrite, whether that would mean that I'm a better person or a worse person. Other people are not above me, and I'm not above other people. We are all on the same playing level here. Like, I do not care if you're I don't care about your age. Yeah. I mean, this stream has gone off the rails. I was talking about season 2 for like a little bit, and then all of these happened. See, I know that I can take breaks, but I don't like taking breaks for my own reasons. Like, the reason I haven't really taken a break is because I didn't wanna take a break. That's literally it, and I cannot take full breaks. I don't like being entirely gone. Which is why I'm not taking a full break. I'm doing I will not force myself to post. If I don't want to post, I'm not posting. Even if it's just a community post. If I don't want to post, I'm not posting, and there isn't anything that will get me to. It isn't, like, it's not a break per se, like a normal people break. Just like I don't have normal people burnouts. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't take breaks like most people. Again, thanks to the point. Because I'm constantly in a creative space. I constantly want to make things. I constantly want to make people happy by making those things. And so, I will keep making things. But what a break means for me is that I will not force myself to make something because other people might be having a bad day. That's the difference about my breaks and normal people breaks. I don't stop doing something because I genuinely enjoy posting, and I genuinely enjoy making videos for you guys, and it genuinely makes me happy that it means a lot to people and that it can make people's days. I enjoy that. I love that. But it doesn't mean that I need to force myself to post every single day, all the time, every waking hour. That's what my breaks are. It's giving my brain time to, like, truly process the fact that I don't need to post every day. It would be nice if I could, but it's unnecessary. I can just post whenever I feel. Because I am enough for people as I am. I am enough for people as I am. And the people that like me will like me no matter how much I post. They will still like my content. Yeah. See, I mean, I never had an upload schedule. That's the thing. Whenever I would, like, my best videos, or the videos that I liked, like, that, and now we're coming back to the thing, like, about my favorite videos. The reason why I like them is because of emotional bias. Like, you ask me what my favorite videos are on, oh, for fuck's sake. For fuck's sake. Fuck's sake. Pollux. What my favorite videos are from my channel. Well, That's actually a really easy question. Hold on. It's these two. It's these two. I adore these. I adore these with all my heart. Yeah, no, that is incredibly funny. Don't worry. I am aware of my incompetency. It's these two. These two are my favorites. You wanna know what else I adore? You wanna know what else are my favorite? These two, and then where the fuck is the other one? Because I know that there's a third. Somewhere. It's the original one, then the second part of the remake. And then... Yep, here it is. It's these. It's my emotional attachment to these things. Like, because I had passion for them and I worked for them. Not because somebody wanted them. Because I wanted them, and I wanted them out there. It's why I will post fanfiction sometimes on, like, AO3, and have some things on Wattpad, but that's besides the point. It's why I write, even though I didn't really used to share it with anybody. It's because I wanna. It's because it's fun. I'm fortunate enough that the things that I do for fun are creative and I can make content about them. Like, I don't do even ship reviews. I don't do it because other people want to see it. Like, they get so many less views than anything else. Yeah, no. See, God. I'm gonna finish this little tangent and then I'll get back to that they're canon to everything. Because that's a funny assumption I can't blame you for having. I'm fortunate enough to... fair enough. Fair. Those aren't really canon to anything, actually. They're just in their own little bubble. They are the canon ending, the happy AUs. They were like... okay. I'm just gonna keep the second tab open. I feel like we need it at this point. But they can finally... those, like, the original one and the remake, if they were to take place in anything, fuck, that's the wrong playlist. Here we go. They would be in here. They would be placed, like, where this is, they would be placed here. If they were the good innings and then these would change, it would probably look like something a mix of that. And, where are they? These. Like, these, season 2. Like, from here on out. It would be a bit of a mix of that. If I were to fully flesh them out. And, like, so yeah, that's what those would lead to. A mix of season 1 AU and season 2 AU. At least before the reimagining. The good old big retcon. But, I am fortunate enough that the things that I truly enjoy doing and the things that make me happy are things I can post about. Like, I do not make ship reviews because people asked for it. Nobody asked for that. Barely anybody watches it as well. I do it because I find it fun. If I didn't find it fun, they wouldn't be. They simply wouldn't be. Because, like, algorithm speaking, like human code machine speaking, nobody watches them. Therefore, they should not be worth anything. But they're worth something to me because, yeah. I'm not sure if, like, Ko and Camille even exist in Twisted. Because the existence of Ko fundamentally changes things. Because there's a reason why Ko becomes the Celestial of Forgiveness in Season 1 main AU canon. It's because she will forgive everybody. Even the Crystal Cliffs, like in its entirety, that caused her immense pain. It was a constant cycle of bullying and not being accepted, and all these different things. She still forgave them after she died. At that point, she could have said, no, fuck them. But she didn't, because it's just not who Ko is. Like, so Twisted physically cannot happen with Ko being, like, base Ko. Like, there's no way on this goddamn earth. Like, that would not be possible. Like, I don't know the mental gymnastics I would need to do to justify that being a thing. You know? Like, the mental, like, I would go to the mental gymnastics Olympics with that. Might even become a butt commentator, who knows? But yeah, no, those could never, could never be fucking canon. As funny as that would be. And like how, oh god. No! God! Story behind Ko. Okay. Okay, question. When you say story behind Ko, do you mean like canon story, or why does she exist? Like why I made her? You're gonna need to clarify that, because those are two separate answers. And second of all, fair enough about Ko being pacifist. I do actually have an undertale you, and Ko would totally be a pacifist. Like, she would go the pacifist route. Camelia's not genocide, though. Camelia's neutral. Like, Camelia's not evil. She's just a pessimist. Camelia's not evil, she's just a pessimist. Canon, okay. So this bitch right here, this woman, is Camelia. Camelia was born into a family, into kind of a not safe situation, but thanks to her being a star child, things happened. Okay, you know, actually, bit of soft plug here, and Ko's story is so much complicated, so if you wanna like see all of this, just like start watching from here on out for Camelia's backstory, and then watch these, I guess, and I will just quickly explain the rest, because the rest doesn't require a mountain of yeah, no, good luck on that. You know, so Ko is part of Camelia's soul because a spell went wrong. Because, okay, Camelia's a star child, that means she has immense magical power that could help Zornoth take over. So Zornoth tries to kidnap her and erase all her memories. So she doesn't know that Zornoth's the champion of Aeor and whatever else. But it fails because Zornoth doesn't do the spell correctly, and because, you know, she's a star child, she has the power to resist a champion. Like, in the hierarchy of powerful beings, champions are below star children. And with her landing at the Crystal Cliffs, because again, teleportation spell kind of went haywire, because fought against it. What it means is that instead of erasing her memories, a separate soul, like half a soul, got formed. And because Gem didn't really know that, you know, Ko wasn't meant to fucking exist, and she let Ko become her own person, Ko became her own person. That is Ko's backstory. And fun fact, that is why I say Ko's technically adopted. Because Ko has not had, like, Gem is the only family Ko's had. Like, Ko's birth was when she fell into the Crystal Cliffs. She was practically born when she was 14. Like, before that, it's not her life, it's Camillea's. So yeah, fun stuff. Fun stuff. Neat side effect of that. Ko cannot use her lightning magic. It will kill her, because it's not Ko's magic, it's Camillea's. Camellia is the one that could become a wizard. If Ko tried to use the wizard elemental magic, she would literally explode, and that's what happens. That is what happened. Wait. Really? Oh god. Oh god, I'm sorry. That's why Fido just kind of gets me excited. You don't need to make fan art. You don't need to finish it. I'll adore it either way. Hey guys. No, Ko explodes. And then Jem makes a statue in her honor. Because she died defeating Exor. Like, that's why she died. She sacrificed herself to save the entirety of the empires. Alright. So yeah, that's why Ko died. To defeat Exor. Because why the fuck not? Alright. If you're almost nearly done. Yeah, the statue is something that Jem made to commemorate Ko's sacrifice, and, because she was one of the greatest witches. I don't think she might have been the greatest witch, depending, but she was one of the greatest witches. That's why she's, in the Hall of Ancient Witches. That's why she had her own statue made. It's very much a commemorative thing. Like a respect thing. That's what that is. Excuse for going silent for some parts. I'm trying to quietly finish my orange. No, it was just for the story. It was just for the story. Because, Ko was never really meant to exist. Again, Ko's a magical accident. Just because she can go through what she would be able if Saint Perla made her, doesn't mean she was meant to exist. The reason why she died is completely, story related. It's because I physically cannot see Ko. Alright. Thank you for making fan art. I'm excited to see it. It's because I physically cannot see a character like Ko that is so involved in helping others. That's all she wants to do. Because the only way that she could ever prove that she was worth existing was by helping others, by being helpful. And so, what other way would she die? Well, by helping people, of course. That's the logical conclusion. At least to me. So no, it was a story reason. My days of disliking Ko are very much so in the past, a year ago in the past. So yeah. Just a story thing. Thought it'd be neat. It was neat. something that, uh, I don't know. I kind of want to work more on the Co and Saint Perla bond, because I find that, like, kind of cute. How, like, yeah, no, she was. Like, Jem never really got over the loss of Co. Because, like, Co never really got over the fact that she just abandoned her mother like that. Like, neither of them ever really got over that. Like, they both know that it was the right thing to do and that it was for the better. But, like, that doesn't that doesn't push away the emotional pain. It's a very complicated situation that I'm gonna explore at some point. I have promised that to myself. But for now, it just kind of stays there with, Mariposa. Like, Co and Jim are gonna talk about it at some point. Like, at some point, Go's gonna get the fucking balls to actually go talk to Jim for the first time in 1,000 years. No, Co's in the afterlife. Co is, currently, don't mind me just double checking that I'm not spewing nonsense here. Currently Co is chilling with, nice. Currently Co is chilling with Shelby in the Evermore, just doing her best to help. And Camillea's being a mother to Avon, like usual. But these two fuckers haven't talked since Co died. So, like, since around here, I think, these two would, it's like 1,000 years roughly, these two would not have talked. Co can't really become a ghost. She's technically now a ghost, but because she's a celestial, she does have a physical manifestation. Yes. This is an order. Like, if you read, like, it might get shifted around sometimes, but, like, this is an order. These are, like, the timeline. Same with, like, season 2. Over here. Like, the old one. Like, same with this. Same with My Empires. Same with Twisted. Same with this. Kinda same with this as well. Especially into the end. Yes. The only one of my playlists that is, like, out, that doesn't have an order. Yeah. Alright, I will go look at it in a bit. Like, the only reason that's not in chronological order, because I can't be bothered to do that, is Witchcraft, where it's just, like, in posting order, as you can see. Like, so yeah, some things, most things are in just posting order, just because that's how I prefer it. Okay, let's check. Are you okay with me checking this on stream? Wait. Weird. If you're not okay with me checking this on stream, tell me and I will check it out later, man. Okay. Okay, thank you. I will look at this. It's really cute. Thank you, it's really cute. I love it. Where's the... And I don't know where this is to comment. I will comment on this later, I promise. Thank you so much, it's really cute. I will make sure to take a... Yeah, it's cute. I will make sure to take a screenshot of it and I will save it in my little fan art folder that I have. Yeah, no, that is the old chitty. I mean, it kind of is, though. That's the thing. It is just kind of the old chitty, you. I mean, if we're going with the assumption that Zornoth would be the villain, maybe. But, like, how I think it would play out would be Ko's the Frisk stand-in, Camilla would be the Chara stand-in, because I do not think Chara is evil. I've never thought that. I think the player's the one that's evil, if you pick genocide. I think, if you're picking genocide, you know what the fuck you're doing, right? I think that's, because I was never in the Undertale fandom. I just have a fascination with it, and I like the story and the message. So forgive me if I say some of the characters' names wrong, but, like, Jim would obviously be Toriel, and, I mean, if Zornoth would be anybody, Zornoth would be Asgore, I think, is his name. I'm pretty sure his name is Asgore. I could be wrong. Toriel's ex-husband is the person that I'm trying to refer to. Because, Ko, Frisk does kind of help him get redeemed. Yeah. Good luck. I've heard how difficult that fight is. I wish you the best of luck. And yeah, I remembered something correctly for once. Yeah, it's a fun time. Yeah. Okay. I looked away for 2 seconds. Fuck. Yes, you can make Ko. If you wanna use Moses for anything, you can. If you are not sure what I am okay with, you can always go to my channel or to one of my videos and click this. It says what you can do. Plain and clear. You can use my OCs. Draw my characters, designs, so you can take Ko if you'd like. I don't care. Personally. Right. Yeah. Yeah, no, you don't need to explain why that's a bad ship. Trust me, you do not. You think there are people that have been weirdly persistent about some topics. But the reason why it's not there is to let people know that you cannot do that. That I will not allow you to do that. So don't even waste your time. Or mine, for that matter. That's why it's there. It's because it's a rule. It's a boundary that I have set. You can request anything. I don't have to do jack shit about it. So yeah. That is why that's there. It's a boundary. Those things over there are boundaries. That's their purpose. That is why they're there. It is so people know what I'm okay with. Yeah, it is. And like at the end of the day, if you wanna use my characters for something, you can. I will not stop you. It would be extremely hypocritical of me to stop somebody. Ah, gods. No, only ship that Joey should be in is Jornoth. Even in season 2. Just give the man the demon. Please. Let him leave Catherine alone. Just give him the demon. Ah, gods. So, me, little old me, with all my Empire shit, would be really hypocritical if I tell people, no, you can't use my characters for anything, actually. Like, come on. Like, the hypocrisy. Like, that would just be so much hypocrisy. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, no fair. That is an extremely bad ship. God. I mean, Zornoff never really, like, killed anyone, and last I checked, the love level only increases when you kill somebody, if I'm remembering it correctly. So, I don't know if you'd have a high love level. I'm not sure. Yeah. See, there's two types of ship. There's platonic shipping, and then there's dating. Platonic shipping just means that two characters share a really close bond. So that would be with their husbands, which is a platonic ship, which, for somebody that's over mirror, that is the platonic ship between Whip and Sausage. And then there's, like, on the other end, like, Flower Husband, which is a romantic ship. Yeah, I mean, I don't think, like, from my memory, Zornoth didn't kill somebody. The people that, like, in lore, like, here's the thing though, Minecraft mechanics can get in the way of lore. So, I don't know how many of those deaths are canon. With how I rate the universe, if you die once, you are out. The only person that has any hope of reviving you is Saint Perla. Or if you're like a soul companion like Bubbles or something. Like, puts your soul back after your body has been, made to where you will not die if you re-enter it. And then, of course, there's, like, puppets and stuff, but those are more places for a soul that's not ready to move on yet. Or doesn't want to move on. To my recollection, Zorna has never killed somebody. He was just kind of annoying to some people. So I'm aware of the situation. And to the best of my recollecting abilities. So, which is like Zornoth was an annoying piece of shit at the start, and he did try to take over. Yes, he is a bad guy. But I wouldn't classify him as a villain. Is the thing. Especially not how I made him, like from my AO. Okay. 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 See, we're talking. First of all, I wanna leave this up. Gem is a character. The person behind Gemini Tay, her name is Taylor. That's like public information. Gemini Tay is a character. Sure. Which import code do you want? Like the short one or the long one? Offline or online? Also, what gotcha? Like gotcha club or gotcha life too? That's also a factor. Anyway, so like Gem is a fictional character. Taylor is the person behind Gem. So first of all, let's go with that. Second of all, the Minecraft characters. Okay. The Minecraft characters. They are self-inserts. They are self-inserts of the creators in the same way that avoids the self-insert of me. They're not them, and they don't necessarily represent. God, I don't. It's like a version of them, essentially. But it's not them. Great. Yeah, okay, so I reset my gotcha club apparently. Oh no, it got reset accidentally, and I don't have the short code. I mean, I'm pretty sure you should be able to copy the message from the long one, even. Like, you should be able to. Make sure I can't send the short one. See, I don't think it's wrong. I think it's a weird romantic pairing, sure. But platonically, I could see it. No, don't worry. I think it's fine. Like, I feel like it's like romantic, bit weird, but a platonic, sure. Like, in platonic I can say, because platonic does not have any romance involved. Platonic is you're friends with a strong connection. So like with platonic, unless somebody speaks out about it, you can do whatever the fuck you want. So yeah, that's the fun of a platonic, about platonic shipping as opposed to romantic shipping. I will not criticize it. Oh god, the code is too long. That is just wonderful. Okay. Here we go again. Channel. What? And I don't have a pen with me. Okay, that's a very simple add. I should be able to remember it. Yeah, with shipping, if it doesn't break boundaries, we can do it. Smut, I'm against. For like SMP fandoms, I am against it. I do not care. You can imply it, but I swear to God, if you sit down and write it, like, that is where you have that is where you will have a problem. Like, we will have a problem at that point. Because it's like, it's not like celebrities where they will never know of your existence either fucking way, and they won't see it. Like, there's no way they will see it. So, like, realistically, I don't have a problem with that, unless like the person says they have a problem with that, which that's a different thing. If somebody doesn't have a problem with that, don't do that. No, not really. Most of the things that are either stupid shit or not. Okay. Okay. Hey, Sophia, I'm gonna give you the code via a community post. Yeah, like that. Or like, okay, hold on. Sophia, I'm gonna tag in a community post. To like get the code, the long one. I couldn't give the short one. I'm so sorry. Tell me when you get the code so I could delete the community post. That would be great. Right, community post is up now. Also, we're gonna stay on this background for a bit because my phone is running out of battery and I don't have a charger in this room. Not one that lets me read chat at the same time as well. So, ignore the YouTube short thing. We are all just gonna have to deal with the YouTube studio for a bit. You got the code? And I've implied shit with like Copper Star. Like I have done that. But like if you write it or show it, go leave, don't. That's creepy. That's gross. That's weird. You can imply it all you want. But like don't show it or write it. For like obvious reasons. I don't think I should need to explain why you don't do that. Like I feel like that is the last thing I should have to do. In any situation, to be honest. Oh, I can have chat like this. That's nice. Alright, now I can see chat and we're not stuck in YouTube Studio. That's nice. Right, I figured it out. Look at me go. So yeah, no, I mean, we all know what having a child implies. But like writing it out or showing it, no. Just no. Why? But yeah, no. Yeah. That's my particular review on it. And I feel like that's a very sensible view to have on, like, that sort of smut. Just feels like it. I could be talking crazy, but, like, it doesn't feel like I am. Oh, God, this is gonna annoy me. Yeah. That's that on that, I guess. No, see, making it Lizzie x Joel is even worse. Because, like, first of all, Joel doesn't LARP. Joel doesn't lore RP. So there's that. He very rarely does it. So there's that, first of all. And second of all, even if Lizzie does it, she doesn't do it to the extent of, like, Jim or Scott. And, like, at that point, you're kind of writing IRL, like, you are getting us close to IRL shipping smut. Like, way too close for anybody's comfort, I hope to fucking God. You know? It's like, don't. It's creepy either way, man. Just don't write it. You can imply it. You can have dirty talk if you want. Sure. But, oh my God, do not sit there and write fucking smut. Yeah. So here's the thing. If you have an AU where all the characters are their own characters, like I have, you can think about it, because you're not thinking about people. You're thinking about characters. But writing it, like just writing it outright and putting it on there, don't do that. You can have dirty talk in a fanfic. And with this stuff. I'm not saying you don't. I'm saying do not write smut. Yeah, welcome to my streams. That's how shit goes. Shit do just be like that, though. Shit do just be like that around here. No, it's fine. See, I've had the exact same thing happen to me a couple times. It wasn't everything major. It was that in witchcraft, I originally thought it would be funny if the person that Scott was trying to bring back and loved was Owen, and then people told me that Owen and Scott are uncomfortable with them being shipped, so I stopped. You know, like before going ahead with Copper Star, I made sure that like False was okay with shipping. And like she was. So you know I went with it. I went for it. So like I think there's nothing wrong with making a mistake. You know, I won't get on somebody's case for unknowingly romantically shipping Sausage and Pearl. But if I tell you about it, or you get informed that Pearl's uncomfortable with that shit, and you stick to your guns, then that is the problem. If you know about it and you ignore it, that's when it becomes a problem. Like, and if that's what's happening, everything's fine. It's just an honest mistake. People do that all the goddamn time. It just happens sometimes. Like, we're all gonna make mistakes. Some people don't see what's weird about a ship until they zoom out. See though, here's the thing, even if they're fun with it, to me, here's the thing, a hypothetical scenario. If I said that it was okay to draw not safe for work of Child Co because I found that okay, that would still be wrong. Just because the creator finds it okay doesn't actually make it okay. And yeah, Joe and Lizzie can joke about having kids, and they are married. That does not make it okay. At least from where I'm standing. Right? It's this thing of just because you're allowed to doesn't mean you should. Like, currently, as it stands, in my country, right now, I am allowed to go over to the alcohol cabinet, take a bottle of alcohol, and chug it like there's no tomorrow. Because my parents are in the house, and I'm doing it under their supervision. Therefore, in my country, that is legal. Does not mean I should go do that. It does not mean that I should get up and go do that. Just because you can, doesn't mean you should. Even if they're okay with it, some things just should not be done. In fandom and in general. Yeah. Yeah, I'm giving a scenario that like it's easy to understand. If anybody did that, God, it would be weird. Like, I would be disturbed. Like, that actually might be the only thing that could get me to, like, move channels at this point. It'd be like, give it up, I'm deleting this fucker. Or, like, I'm saying it's inactive, and I'm moving channels. Like, I'm starting over. Like, I'm retiring Co at that point. Like, at that point, code just goes. Code just gets written out. Does not exist anymore. I would be too uncomfortable to even look at my own OC at that point. But I am bringing it up because, like, that is a thing that has happened before. In, like, other fandoms, and not to me, but yeah. Yeah. For me, it's like, I found that Pearl is uncomfortable with romantic ships in general. That's what my research said. Like, here's the... nice. It's about like platonic shipping is that a platonic ship, it's just two people having a close connection. Like me and my best friend are platonically married because we share a really strong friendly bond. So we are platonically married. That is a platonic marriage. We're not romantically involved in any way. We've never even been on a date before. But we are platonically married. Platonic shipping and romantic shipping are two completely different ballparks. Both of which are, fine either way. If the content creator has a problem with it. See, what I do is, I don't know about sausage, but what I would do, I know about gems boundaries because I looked it up, but if you go to if for anybody that's on Hermitcraft and you go, and you just type it into Google, you will get this. You will get everything that you need. The Hermitcraft fandom is really, really, really good at keeping things with boundaries. Yeah, see? So, if somebody's in Hermitcraft, you can look it up. Just look up, is X person okay with shipping? You will get an answer. Might not be the answer you want, but you will get an answer. This is why it frustrates me so much, and why the first episode of Shipping Reviews was for romantic Pollux sausage. Because it's these things are one Google search away. Literally just a couple clicky clacks. It's not hard to look up these things. And yeah. See, sometimes, if you ever have a question, the internet most likely has an answer. Just Google it. There will be some person that knows. Google it, look it up, you will find out. Because some other person has had the same question and they asked. I don't know about sausage, but again, you could just look that up. My kind of thing for shipping is, okay, I try not to do shipping that isn't confirmed that's Nature Wives, if Shovel didn't like it, wouldn't do it. And Flower Husbands, Flower Husbands was started by the goddamn creators. That is as approved of a ship as you get. And then of course there's approved ships that I don't like. For example, the Fairy Tale trio or Nature Wives and their +1, whatever the fuck it's called. Or anything with Season 2 Joey and Season 2 Catherine. No. Just stop. Just stop right there. Please. There's a line in the sand, and you've crossed it. Is what you've done there. So you're not sure about if somebody's comfortable with shipping? Just Google it. Google's your friend. Google is your friend sometimes. Oh god. How long have I been streaming for? 2:20. I might have to... we'll see. Depends on how my vocal cords are doing. Yeah. Yeah. See, yeah, I guess. I don't like. I mean, I never. Yeah, see, I never saw the thing with Flip. I don't get why what that's about. Like, sometimes things can be gay. Sometimes we can let things be gay. The only reason I could see Flip and Catherine, right, is platonically. That's the only way. Because platonically just means we share a strong emotional connection. It does not mean you're dating. So that I could see, but I know that most people don't even know that platonic shipping is a thing. Yeah. Jesus. I've been there, honestly. Sometimes you forget you were supposed to do something, and then you're like, oh, fuck. Also, you can cuss. Fun fact, you can absolutely cuss in my chat. I cuss myself. Like, you can curse. I do not give a fuck. You don't have to censor yourself. Just thought I'd point that out. Like, you are free to say fuck. You are free to say fuck. If it's not a slur, you can say it. But yeah. I mean, yeah, I did. Arranged marriage. Huh. I mean, I could see that. I could totally see that. And sausage being like Catherine's beard. If you don't know what beard means, it is a term for gay people in straight relationships for social society norms. And then, the gay people have consent from their, from whoever they married to just go dick around with other people, go have, a relationship they actually want. They're just married for society's sake, because society is like that sometimes. That's what a beard means. I can see that in NAU. I could see platonic shipping in canon. But that's about it. Apart from that, it's No, here's the thing, here's the thing. Joe, goddamn Joe. I don't care what's Joey. I don't care if it's season 1 Joey or season 2 Joe. Dude, for season 1, I can see it actually. I don't like it, but I see the vision, right? But season 2, why do people see somebody? Why do people see a stalker and think he needs to be shipped with the person that he's stalking, who is dating the person whose life he tried to ruin? He literally tried to kill Shelby. And when that failed, he ruined her life to the point that getting corrupted by Skulk was the good thing. Why are people like this? Why are people like this? So now, Flip is not worse than it was in Joe. Of course. You had a voice changer for that? I did not know he had a voice changer. God. Afterlife's my second favorite SMP too. Fuck. Oh well. I haven't watched it in a bit. Yeah, they do that. They do that. It's extremely annoying. It's like every couple months, I have to like keep reminding people, hey, Canon Joe is awful. Don't ship that. He's an awful dude. Fair enough. I don't remember that clip because I stopped watching Scott around the time he became a vampire and just focused on watching Jim. I really like Jim's Afterlife POV. I just really like Afterlife in general, honestly. Which is why I had such high hopes for New Life. Kinda didn't plan out. It's fine. Still third favorite. Still third favorite. That's a good spot. And honestly, after season 2, I'll take whatever I can get. Like, I will take whatever I can get at that point. Yeah. True. Yeah, fair enough, honestly. Think, I'm not here to be the shipping police. I'm just here to let people know that I will side-eye them. You should probably go study. Again, one thing at a time. Sophia, you should probably go study. I'm good to listen to us rambling while studying, apparently. So you can just close stream if that makes you feel better about studying. You go plug in. You go plug your whatever device you're on in. That would probably be a good idea. And then it was in general. Ugh. I mean, which season though? Like, it's not particularly good in like any season. But like, hold on, I'm doing mental gymnastics. I mean, like, in my old AU, that could work since Joey has had a redemption arc and Zorn is actually a thing in season 2. And, like, Selby, Catherine, and Joey and Zornoth are friends. Maybe platonically. Yeah. But I do feel they're just better separate either way. Like, they can be a friend group. They can go on cute little double dates and stuff. I'd like that. Alright. If you're fine without studying, I can't say shit. I don't study for shit. So, I could. I see the vision. Yeah, fair. I mean, either season, it's fine. Like, at least from, if we're going by canon, season 1, maybe. Season 2, no. AUs, like, anybody else's AUs, depends on the AUs for both seasons. In my AUs, season 1, no. Mostly because both Joey and Zornoth are gay, so they do not like women. And for season 2, only platonically. I would say only platonically. But if you had to include it, I don't even know. Like, the mental gymnastics I've just done. Yeah, no. In season 2, just like no. Especially not in canon. Yeah. Really, the only reason that you could justify to me See, I could see it. Like, I am not here to be the shipping police. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, if you don't ship the same shit I do, you're a bad person. No, no. I'm just giving my opinions. Like, I will side eye you for some stuff. I will put on the side eye, you know, the bombastic side eye, the criminal offensive side eye. But apart from that, I don't really care. Just keep it within boundaries. Season 2 takes place 1,000 years after season 1, so I don't know how plausible that is. Maybe like a granddaughter. I could see a granddaughter. Also, hey, the Overgrown isn't the name of the Empire. The name of the Empire is House Blossom. The Overgrown is like what Catherine is protecting. I get the confusion, but the Catherine's Empire is the one who's named House Blossom. The Overgrown is a different thing. Yeah, no, that would just be whatever. Let's not go there. But on your celestial beings often can. Yeah, no, that is less Gem. It said that Gem just travels between universes. Yeah, no, sorry, I don't have like any entertaining footage for this. I don't usually do that. Yeah, see, that's why in Mayu I've gone with cousins, because it means that they can have one parent that's the same and they're related, but they don't have both of the same parents. Yeah. So, like, just sometimes you gotta break the canon and make sense, even in season 1. Like, I believe that is the only small thing of canon that is broken in season 1. It's Gem and Flip are not brother and sister, they're cousins. Because it just makes more sense with what I'm doing with my AO. You know? Also, Gem could have become a Celestial after season 1. That could also be why. Flip is just the Flip, and Gem's whatever the fuck Gem is at this point. Lord knows. Nobody knows. See, I might not like post my thought processes behind every single one of why I do things, but there is a reason. If I do something, there's a reason why I do it. Alright, sorry for calling you Sophia then. I will start calling you Ava. That's funny. I don't see Flip as a demon. I don't think you could be cursed as a demon. I think you're either born a demon or you're not. Like, demon is a species. I don't think you could. I don't think you could turn into a demon. I don't think you can be cursed into a demon. I mean, maybe you can, but I don't know what the logistics of that would be. Like, if you could be cursed into a demon, I'd think it'd be like, you just want to cause chaos, like, you're not yourself anymore. Like, you've been corrupted to such a full extent that not even Zornath is corrupted that much. Hmm? Yes? Oh, God. Yeah, no problem. I'm sorry, Ava. Oh God. No. Okay, here's the thing. Jimmy and Scott, I believe they're reincarnations. That's what they are in my AU. As for Lizzie, no. I don't think they are the same person. Here's the thing. How it happens in my AU is that Jem asked Sinperla if she could live one more lifetime with her friends. It didn't matter how, it didn't matter when. And Sinperla was like, yeah, sure. And that's why they're all now reincarnated. But they don't remember, they don't have their memories. So they are the same souls, but they are not the same people. It's just that Jimmy and Scott know that that's kind of what happened. Or they know that they've had past lives. Because that makes for good angst. So good content. But the others do not know. The only people that know are Celestials, so Jem and Joel. Pix, because St. Pearl made him immortal. No, they do not. When you get reincarnated, you do not remember what happened in your past life until you return to the afterlife. Like, until you die again, you don't know that you've lived before. Unless your soul is modified in a way to let you. And because Scott and Jimmy are part of the death games, they took part in them at some point, like part of them did. Their soul is modified to allow them to remember the past lives. So that's why they remember. Yeah, no, Jem remembers. Jem is like the reason why everybody got reincarnated, because she wanted to spend another lifetime with her old friends. And St. Pearl, that happened. But Lizzie? Yeah, Lizzie was in Last Life. She wasn't in Double Life or Limited Life. And then she came back for Secret Life. Rip. Okay, see, that's kind of why the life series, see, the thing with the life series is that it's not really meant to tie into anything else, as a whole. The life series is meant to be an endless loop of torture and, like, angst and all that shit, so the watchers can feed. So it's kind of tied to everything else. Like, how I have it is in the canon, so like in the SMPs themselves without my AUs on them. Every SMP that happens between the death games is the break and the restoration that the watchers give them to be able to be put back in the death games after some time. That is my theory. That is how I explain it. That is what I think is happening. I could be very wrong, but to my understanding and how I've kind of like sussed things out, that's what happens. I could be very wrong. That's a good possibility. Like, I could be extremely wrong about this. But that is kind of like how I've sussed things out over here. Because I'm not based. Alright. Stay safe. Hold on. I mean, sure. I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know why, like, Lizzie would be that angry at the Watchers, who's only been in 2 things. I mean, okay, technically, she was in limited life, but she was swapped with somebody else to be in that thing. So there is a difference. Yeah. If I'm remembering, welcome back. I don't know. And it was because the Pearl was added too soon. If I'm remembering it correctly. So yeah. Sorry if I seem out of it. I've been streaming for what, nearly 3 hours now? Yeah, nearly 3 hours now. My fucking god. I don't usually go for this long. My brain is slowly falling apart. I thought this would be a short stream. Fuck. Yeah, fair enough. Scott's not complicated of a design to draw. Made sure of that for my Empire Season 2 remake. Because god fucking damn it, would be annoying to like draw if you want to know something. That's nice. My brain ain't working. Fair. Yeah, fair enough. Oh no, we lost the topic of this stream originally. Like, a couple minutes in. Like, 30 minutes after we went in the stream, we lost the topic. The topic of Season 2 has been out the window for hours at this point. Just what happens when I stream. What's the topic? Whatever the fuck chat's talking about. Yeah, it's like, I find it fun talking with you guys. Because, like, I don't usually get to do that. Because, again, my content's less about me and more about my ideas. Which, I mean, I'm not complaining about. I made it that way. I have nothing to complain about. Uh, Fwib hates cod, not salmon. And yeah, fair. Okay, I will be right back. Like, I need to make sure of like 2 things because they don't know how long this stream's gonna go for. So I will be right back. Right, sorry, that took longer than I thought it would. Ah, stars. uh. Fair. Yeah, fair. Welcome back. Any of those all seem fair so far. Yeah, fair. Hi, guys. Alright. Welcome back, Ava. Ooh, it's gonna be fun to watch after I'm done. I mean, she did take people's head. That was a thing that happened. So maybe like maybe level 3. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, I honestly, I would put her like I think level 10. level 10 seems fair. Good advice. I don't know how love works in Undertale. As I said, I never got into Undertale for the stupidest reason. Let me suppose the thing. So when Undertale was getting really popular and Let's Plays were being posted, I thought Frisk looked too much like Dora the Explorer, so I never watched it. Rip. R.I.P. man. It feels really weird that I'm like not doing anything currently. Okay. No, I know that it stands for like level of violence. I mean, like, it's just XP. Yeah, me, probably. Guess it is just XP. Okay, cool. You know, like, and I never got into Undertale. I thought Frisk looked too much like Dora the Explorer, and that made me lose interest. There is no topic at this point. Like, the topic has gone out the window about 2 hours ago. Maybe more. I mean, this is pretty, like, canon typical for my streams. Like, I start with a goal in mind, and then I get severely sidetracked because chat. But I mean, that's the fun of this whole thing. Getting, like, extremely sidetracked for no reason. I'm gonna change the background. What soul dart I don't mind showing. I mean, this. It's my channel banner. I need to update it, but cannot be bothered. Yeah. Scott maybe should. Have you done Scott? I'm not sure. You know, you haven't done Scott yet. I mean, I feel like Scott would be like 14. Maybe. I don't know, I feel like. I mean, here's like. I don't think any of the gods are bad except Exor. And Lydia, I guess, but Lydia's not canon. Damn rip. Doesn't count. Fair. Let's see. Okay. No, yeah, Good one. Hello. I should warn you about, right now, Retro Memer, that, the stream stopped having a point like 2 hours ago because I got majorly distracted by chat. So I don't know what you're walking into. You're walking into whatever the fuck this is. Just a little warning. You know, for fun, it's just a warning. Yeah. No. Like, I'm an extremely professional streamer. Don't worry about it.
Καλά.
Okay. Could have just muted. That was weird. Bro couldn't wait a second for me to mute, huh? Like, I'm a professional streamer. Don't worry. Totally. Totally didn't mean to, like, go on for, like, an hour and a half, an hour, 2 hours. I don't know, honestly. I think you got everybody. Um, it depends. It usually stays, but I have some streams that also sometimes it takes a bit to show up. That's also something to be wary of. You know, it's not like. I mean, I can't even compare it to Twitch because I don't know what that's like. TLDR, usually yes. Usually yes, sometimes no. Really depends on how YouTube is feeling that day. Which is annoying, but like, whatever. Alright, yeah. Hey, yeah, that's how my streams go. See, if people, like, do not enjoy my channel because it's based around me, they enjoy my channel because of my views or because they like Nature Wives. Or for some godforsaken reason, they like my characters. You know, they don't join, they don't follow, they don't subscribe because of me. You know, you don't need to explain that I feel like just the Guardian farm, if that would count, just the Guardian farm. Also, didn't she defeat a raid at some point? Like, pretty sure she defeated a raid. I don't think it's that. Rip. See, yeah, it would be a lot. See, I don't think, I think most people know, like, understand that Ko isn't me. Or, like, don't have that misconception. And if they do, it quickly gets shut down when it's, like, character void enters the picture. Yeah, makes sense. I was like, if people think I'm a narcissist, that's their problem, not mine. Also, if they think I'm a narcissist, why the fuck would they subscribe to me? That's like another thing. Fair enough. Yeah. Honestly, like, I might end stream soon. I'm gonna be honest. Because I don't know what else I'm meant to be doing at this point. And I'm kinda tired. Because I've been talking for 3 hours. Oh. Hello. Welcome. The topic has changed severely and we don't even know what the topic is at this point. Yeah. You know, I will be fucketh. Yeah. The topic is that the stream is ending. That is the current topic. Current topic is that I'm ending stream. I will... You know, I will see you guys at some point. Currently, I'm tired from talking for like 3 hours. Yeah, no, goodbye. Bye.